To combat the toxic left-wing propaganda in our schools, I announced last week that we're launching a pro-American lesson plan for students called 1776 Commission. We will teach our children the truth about America, that we are the most exceptional nation on the face of the earth, and we are getting better and better all the time. We got it. No party can lead America that will not teach our children to love America. Biden's running mate, Kamala. Who likes Kamala? Does anybody like her? She was the most failed candidate in the entire, I mean, she started off good, and every week she went down, down. 15 points, 12 points, 11 points, 9 points, 6 points, 5 points, 4 points, 2 points. Didn't she leave at about 2 or 1? She was heading down to the basement. She was so mean to him, I felt sorry for him. No, I did. I felt sorry. She called him everything from a racist to a Me Tooer. He was a Me Too. He was a part of the Me Too generation. What she called him, what she said. So I brilliantly said, well, he can't pick Pocahontas because she was too nasty. How nasty was she to Bloomberg? Was she unbelievable? Boy, he was standing there. What happened? What happened? No, actually, what? What happened? What happened? Mini Mike. He's another beauty. He's a real beauty. Mini Mike, what happened? What the hell happened? He hit her so hard. Remember? She hits him with about 30 different things, and she said, and I'm not talking about our president. He thought she was talking about me. Can you believe it? And I'm not talking. I'm talking about you. He said, what? Get me out of here. Get me out of here. And now he wants to buy his way back into the Democrat Party. He wants to buy his way back into the Democrats. He hasn't taken enough abuse. If I were him, I'd sort of either write it out or stay with the good Trump economy and get even richer, you know? Biden's running mate even urged supporters to help the bail rioters out of jail. You saw that? Including one who attempted to murder a police officer and a man accused of sexually assaulting an 8-year-old child. Now they're trying to free him on bail. They're putting up the money to get him out. Biden's plan to appease the domestic terrorists, and that's what it is, and my plan is to arrest the domestic terrorists, and that's what we've done. Put many people in jail. Many people. Remember what I told you about the monuments. Just remember, isn't it beautiful? We don't see that anymore. Have you seen a monument knocked down recently? No, we don't see it anymore. I don't know. We want to rip down, right? Abraham Lincoln, you know, it got to Lincoln. First it was people, not too many people heard of, Confederate soldiers, etc. You know, you say, hey, look, you know, do it through a process. But they started hitting Lincoln. Then they hit Gandhi. Now, Gandhi was about peace. Gandhi just wanted peace. Leave me alone. Peace, peace, peace. Let's rip them down. They're sick people. The Democrat Party's war on cops has already led to a surge in vicious murders in Democrat-controlled cities, costing countless black lives. If Biden and the left gain power, they will dismantle police departments nationwide. I'll tell you, the community that's most hurt by what they're doing, and there is the black community, the Hispanic community. As president, and we're doing great in the polls with the black community and the Hispanic community, right? And the Asian community. We're doing great. In fact, we did so well last night on one poll, they said it must be a typo. They did. It must be an error. It wasn't. It's no error. You're going to find out on November 3rd it's no error. As president, I will always stand, and I will always stand with the men and women of law enforcement. Right? They're great people. They're very brave people. Not easy, and they don't get support. We have to give them back their dignity. We have to let them do their job. That's very simple. They're great. We're joined tonight by two high school football players. They became very famous. They became more famous than President Trump. They were beautiful. I watched them running through the crowds with those flags. And here someplace, I don't know, got a lot of people here. We're going to try and figure it out. Hold up your flag. Jared Bentley and Brady Williams, who were recently suspended from their high school football team after displaying flags in support of our police and first responders on the anniversary of September 11th attacks. Where are they? Come up here, fellas. Come up. Come up here. Come up here. Secret Service is thrilled about this. See, these young kids can hop over the fence like it's nothing. Come up here. They're good-looking kids. So I want to congratulate you. You've become famous. They're going to go to Hollywood. They're going to become movie actors right now. Great. You feel good about it? Huh?
Yeah, of course.
How's your team doing?
What was that?
How's your team? How's it doing? Huh?
Could be better.
He said it could be better. You know what? You're doing great. And everybody out here loves you, and they appreciate you. They appreciate you. You're great guys. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Is your arm okay? Good. He's all right? Good. Good guys. Good guys. So Jared and Brady, thank you for supporting the heroes and our law enforcement. We all love you. I'm telling you, you really set something up that's incredible. And thank your parents for letting you do it. I watched. You had to get, you ask your parents' approval. Isn't that nice? And you know what the father said? You better do it. Right? That's great. Thank you very much, fellas. Great job. Really great job. Country has a lot of respect. And speaking about warriors, we're also joined tonight by some great, great congressmen who are warriors, and they represent Ohio so well, and they love you and they love our country. Representative Bob Latta. Thank you, Bob. Great job. They like you, Bob. It's very good. Good job, Bob. Thank you very much. Congressman Warren Davidson. You know Warren. Thank you, Warren. Great job, Warren. Congressman Mike Turner. Great lawyer, actually. Thank you, Mike. Great job, Mike. Really great. Ohio Treasurer Robert Sprague. Robert, thank you. Thank you. Good treasurer. Ohio Auditor Keith Faber. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Keith. Ohio House Speaker Bob Cupp. Great. Thank you, Bob. Great job. Ohio Senate President Larry Obhoff. Thank you. Thank you, Larry Obhoff. Larry's a good man. How's it going, Larry? Good? You doing a good job? Huh? You doing good? How are we doing, Larry? Is it going good?
We're going to make Ohio great again.
He said, you're right about that. You're doing a great job. Thanks, Larry. I appreciate it. Ohio GOP Chairman Jane Timken. She's unbelievable. Thank you, Jane. How are we doing, Jane? How's it going? How does it compare to 4 years ago, Jane? Up, higher? All right, good, good. I think we are. I think we are. And a friend of mine that, I'll tell you, this is the greatest optimist. When I thought we had to be down, we lost a lot of the top support, the head of the Republican Party, little things like that. I said, we don't have a head of the Republican Party. He left because you had a terrible governor in this state, terrible. Your previous governor was terrible. I'll tell you, I got this man, I didn't know him, and within about a week I said, man, this guy's a big optimist. And he was right. He called it right to the thing. He ran my campaign. And when it came back, great, you're doing a great job. I want you back in Ohio. We have to do it again. Bob Paduchek. Where's Bob? Bob, thank you. Thank you, Bob. Get over here, Bob. Thank you, Bob. He wants no glamour. He wants no glory. He just wants to win. And he called it right down to the bone. We had a rough couple of days. I said, Bob, how are we doing? You went up 2 points. I said, you got to be kidding. But, you know, we did. We had so much evolves around Ohio. And it's just a state that we have a relationship with. You know, it's a great state. We've done a great job for you, and you've done a great job for us, so we appreciate it very much. Thank you. Together, we've spent the last 4 years reversing the damage done by the Democrats and Joe Biden over a 47-year period. Think of it. He's always talking about, you should have done this, you should have done that. You know, he really just left office. It's not that long ago, right? He's been there for years and years, and now he should have done. He's never going to do anything. He's never going to do anything. Guy is a stone-cold loser. Biden supported every globalist sellout of Ohio workers for over a half a century, including NAFTA, China's entry into the World Trade Organization, the disaster known as TPP, and how about the Paris Climate Accord? That's another beauty, I'll tell you. That was designed to hurt our country. You would have lost trillions of dollars, closed your factories all over the place. In the meantime, China didn't kick in for another 10 years. The whole thing was a rigged deal. I tell you, I said, I'm going to get killed for this one, but we're going to terminate. And you know what? The people got it right away. Everybody understood. That was another ripoff of our country. This state lost 1 in 3 manufacturing jobs after the NAFTA and China disasters. Joe Biden is a shameless phony who pretends, you know, he doesn't have a clue. What the hell? We're talking like he knows. He's got guys around him that are pretty smart. They're radical left. He's going to do whatever they tell him to do. He pretends to care about blue-collar workers after spending more than 5 decades in Washington. He tells me, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? You see these fake commercials. Why didn't you do it? I said, I've only been here 3.5 years. This guy's been here for 47 years. He didn't do anything. History says when you're here for 47 years and you fail, it's not going to happen. But he was closing your factories, opening your borders, outsourcing your jobs, and inflicting economic carnage on your towns. And you know that. And I came along, and you had the greatest couple of years you've ever had. To save our auto industry, I withdrew from the Trans-Pacific Partnership. It was a horror. My actions saved countless jobs across Ohio and here in Toledo, the home of the Jeep, right? The home of the Jeep. That's good. That's a great brand. They've done a great job with Jeep. Jeep, everyone loves Jeep. Earlier this year, I kept my promise to Ohio when we ended the NAFTA nightmare. I proudly signed the brand new U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement into law. That's a big difference, like day and night. It's working out great, too. It's working out great. You know how I know that it's a good deal for us? Because they don't like it. I took the toughest ever action to stand up to China's rampant theft of Ohio jobs. We achieved American energy. We passed record tax cuts and regulations. Our energy independence is incredible. We have now energy independence. We don't have to be in these faraway lands anymore. Now, we'll be there to help certain allies that have been great, but we don't have to be. Since my election, natural gas production in Ohio has surged 63%. They want to close it up. By the way, you do know they want to close it up. They want to close up all fracking, natural gas, everything. They want to close it up. This would kill at least 700,000 Ohio jobs, probably more than 1 million. While I'm president, America will remain the #1 producer of oil and natural gas on earth. Ohio workers will continue leading the way. I just left the great state of Texas. And I talked to a lot of people like this, a great crowd of people. We have tremendous support all over the country. I'll tell you what, these people are great. And here's the platform that they have. Sleepy Joe Biden. No oil, no religion, no God, and no guns. Now, I'm in Texas. It's really rough being in Ohio, but now we're talking Texas. No oil, that doesn't work well in Texas, right? No guns, that doesn't work well in Texas. No God, look what they're doing to the churches and everything. That doesn't work. No God, no religion. That doesn't work well. You would have to be George Washington with your running mate would be Abraham Lincoln, okay, your VP candidate, and you'd still lose very big. And then they say, yeah, he's doing okay. He's 2 up in Texas. They said it last time, too, that Texas is even 4 years ago. And everybody said, no, I think Trump is killing it. We'd have stadiums with 25, 30,000 people, much more. They couldn't get in. We'd have 40, 50,000 people outside. And they'd say I was even. We won in a landslide, just like we won this state in a landslide. You know, the expression they use, Texas is in play. You know what in play means? It could go either way. And guys would get on and say, I don't think so. And then that night again, the polls in Texas have closed. Donald Trump has won the great state of Texas. I mean, the whole thing is crazy. It's crazy. You know what they do? It's suppression polls. They try and depress you. They try and make you happy so you're unhappy. So you go out to dinner with your wife, your husband. You go out to dinner. Darling, let's have dinner. It's so sad. We love Donald, but he just can't make it. Can't make it. Let's go out, have dinner. We'll come home, watch the results. Except 2016 came and nobody did that. They all went out and voted. And we kicked ass. Was that, tell me, was that the most exciting evening in the history of television? Did you ever see the ratings, the combined ratings? I think the biggest ever. But was that the most exciting, 2016, was that the most exciting evening in the history of television, right? We invested $2.5 trillion in the U.S. military, including more than $6 billion in contracts. You know, I'll tell you what. Do you like the word pronounced Lima or Lima? Because I saved Lima. Can I tell you what? I saved Lima. You know, I came here, and they were going to close that plant in Lima. They were going to close the tank plant, right? It was done. And I said, why are we closing a tank plant? And I got a couple of calls from my friends, the congressman right here. And I got calls, and Jim Jordan called me. Do you like Jim Jordan? He's great. And I looked at this Army tank plant in Lima. I said, why are we closing it? And I saw the people building the tanks, and the technology is incredible. And if you ever close it, you'd never be able to open a thing like that again. So I overrode the generals. I overrode everybody. And now we're making a record number of tanks in that plant, and it's absolutely right. But we had tremendous success. We took 100% of the ISIS caliphate, and we killed the founder and leader of ISIS, al-Baghdadi. We took out the world's #1 terrorist and the mass murder of American troops and many other people. Qasem Soleimani is dead. He's dead. I withdrew from last administration's disastrous Iran nuclear deal. They paid $150 billion plus $1.8 billion in cash. You know what they got? Nothing. They got nothing. I kept my promise, recognized the true capital of Israel, and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. Every president for many, many decades said they were going to do it. They never did it. They never did it. They didn't have the guts to do it. They campaigned on it. They were all going to do it. Then they got there. There was a lot of pressure put on them, a lot of pressure put on me. Every leader was calling all over the world, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Mr. President, please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't move it. It's not. Just leave it the way it is. It's okay. But I promised. And I said, I'm going to do it. And then I got calls from the biggest people in the world, kings. I got calls from presidents, from prime ministers. Please, please don't do it. Then I got calls, please have him call me back, me. I said, look, tell everybody I'm out for 3 days. I'm not going to be able to call him back. I had a news conference. We announced it. Then I called everybody back. Hey, how you doing? How's everything going? Everything going good? Yeah, well, I want to talk to you about Israel, but it's too late. You already did it. And we did it. And we got it done. And nobody else got it done. And it's something we had to do. I also recognize Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. And instead of endless wars, we are forging peace all over the Middle East, and you saw that. And I'm the only man that got nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, and I didn't get any press. They wouldn't put it in. Right? For two of them. Last week, I'm not bragging about it. I'm just saying, you know, I'm the president of the United States. Because of Kosovo, Serbia, you know, they've been killing each other for years. I worked out a deal for them. I got nominated. And then Israel with Bahrain and UAE and many more to come. I mean, they all want to do it. We'll have peace in the Middle East without blood all over the sand. No blood. We're going to have peace in the Middle East. So I was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. And I told the story last night. Should I tell it or not? Should I? Yes? She wants me to. So I go home to our great First Lady. I said, First Lady, you're going to be so proud of me tonight. I was nominated not once, but twice for totally separate events by different people, great people. First Lady, I was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. I was like this. I was nominated. Yeah, it's a big deal for our country, right? And she said, oh, that's good. I said, let's turn on the evening news. Let's watch it. This is going to be a big show tonight. Get ready. And NBC, which is one of the most crooked, one of the worst newscasts. And I'm talking about normal NBC, not MSDNC. MSDNC is the worst. But so I turned on NBC with Lester Holt, another beauty. And they saw it with a hurricane. And then they went to something and something else. And I'm saying, First Lady, this is getting a little embarrassing. We're 20 minutes into a half-hour show. They haven't mentioned the Nobel Peace Prize. And then it went through the whole show, and they never mentioned. Then I got nominated for a second one. They never mentioned. And when Barack Hussein Obama got nominated. No, when Barack Hussein Obama got nominated, he didn't know why he was nominated. It was like right at the very beginning. He didn't do anything. He did nothing. And he got nominated. It was the biggest story I've ever seen. But that's okay. In the meantime, we're president and they're not, right? No, it is true. You would think if you're nominated for the Nobel Prize, you'd get maybe a 0.5%. The First Lady, she sort of said, sorry, darling, that's the way it goes. And I said, that's... Joe Biden opposed the mission to take out Osama bin Laden. He opposed killing Soleimani. He voted for the Iraq War, a disaster. He backed the disastrous Iran nuclear deal. And he cheered the rise of China as a very positive development for our country. Oh, it's really great. If it were up to Sleepy Joe, bin Laden and Soleimani would be alive today. ISIS would be on a rampage. Iran would control the Middle East. And China would be the dominant power anywhere in the world. And I want to tell you, if you go back a few months before this pandemic, we were gaining. We had an insurmountable lead on China. I always heard they were going to catch us by 2019 for 10 years. We were so far beyond. We were doing much better than they were. The Biden agenda would obliterate our economy. He'd destroy Social Security, destroy protections for pre-existing conditions. That's what he's going to do. Drain your Medicare by giving away your health care to illegal immigrants. He would end our travel bans on jihadist regions and increase refugee admissions by, listen to this, over 700%. And this is the manifesto with Bernie Sanders, with Crazy Bernie. He made this deal with Crazy Bernie. And by the way, a lot of the Crazy Bernie voters last time, 4 years ago, voted for Trump because of trade. Because they understand, the one thing they do understand, that our country's been ripped off for years. Biden opposes school choice and vowed to ban charter schools. Very important to have them. In a second term, I will provide school choice to every parent in America. They're totally against it. A vote for Republicans is a vote for safe communities, great jobs, and a limitless future for all Americans. And just in conclusion, first of all, it's been a great honor to be with you. This is really, it's a great state. They're great people. I really mean it. No, I really mean it. Get out there on November 3rd. We got to win this one big. This is a bad, bad ideology. This is probably a step beyond socialism. I really think in many ways it's communism we're talking about. This is a step beyond. Socialism's no good. Communism's really bad. But get out there on November 3rd and let's show them your stuff and show them all of us, the stuff of all of us. So in concluding, over the next 4 years, we will make America into the manufacturing superpower of the world, and we will end the reliance, this ridiculous, crazy reliance on China and all of these faraway lands once and for all. We will make our medical supplies right here in the United States. We will hire more police, and by the way, thank you, police, thank you, law enforcement. Increase penalties for assaults on law enforcement, and we will ban deadly sanctuary cities. We will defend the dignity of work and the sanctity of life. We will uphold religious liberty, free speech, and the right to keep and bear arms. We will strike down terrorists who threaten our citizens, and we will keep America out of these ridiculous, stupid, endless foreign wars. We will maintain America's unrivaled military might. Our military might has never been like it is right now because of what we've done. And we had no choice. And hope to God we never have to use it. Because if you would ever see the power of what we've done over the last 3 years, it would be, it's almost better for you not to see it. We are the envy of every power, every country in the world. We have weapons that nobody ever even thought possible. And just as I said, hope to God we never have to use them. And the way we don't have to use them is to keep that kind of strength. Nobody's going to be talking to us. We're going to have peace through strength. And it's all made in the USA, all made in the USA. We'll end surprise medical billing, require price transparency on bills down to a level that you wouldn't believe. That doesn't mean the drug companies and the hospital corporations are happy with me, but that's okay. And further reduce health insurance premiums and the cost of prescription drugs by 50, 60, and 70%. Big Pharma does not like me too much. They're taking ads about me that are so bad, but you get it. You understand. They're not too thrilled with me, including the rebates. The rebates go back to you. The rebates before went back to very rich people. We will strongly protect Medicare and Social Security, and we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. And America will land the first woman on the moon, and the United States will be the first nation to land an astronaut on Mars. That's what's happening. NASA is the leading space station anywhere in the world. There's nothing like a space center, what we've done. And there was grass growing in the runways when I took over 3.5 years ago. We will stop the radical indoctrination of our students and restore patriotic education to our schools. We will teach our children to love our country, honor our history, and always respect our great American flag. And we will live by the timeless words of our national motto, "In God we trust." For years you had a president who apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America and standing up for the great state of Ohio. So get your friends, get your family, get your neighbors, get your coworkers, get everybody, and get out and vote. Got to get out and vote. And in your state, in Ohio, early voting has already begun, and don't wait. And when you see them cheating on the other side, I don't say if, when you see them cheating with those ballots, all of those unsolicited ballots, those millions of ballots, you see them, anytime you do, report them to the authorities. The authorities are waiting and watching. From Akron to Columbus, From Cincinnati, the Queen City, I know it well, to Cleveland, and from Dayton to Toledo, we inherit the legacy of generations of Ohio patriots like Neil Armstrong, Annie Oakley, William McKinley, and the amazing Ulysses S. Grant. That's good. Nobody's stock has gone up like Grant. Nobody in the last 10 years. We stand on the shoulders of American heroes who crossed the oceans, blazed the trails, settled the continent, tamed the wilderness, dug out the Panama Canal, laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and made America the single greatest nation in the history of the world, and you haven't seen anything yet. Proud citizens like you helped build this country, and together we are taking back our country. We are returning power to you, the American people. With your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on working, we are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together with the incredible people of Ohio, we will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Ohio. Get out and vote. Thank you.
You heard the man. Get out and vote, Ohio.
All right, guys. Thanks for checking in there. And, yeah, just like he said, get out there and vote. Get other people to come out there and vote with you. Like I said earlier, you know, it should be a landslide, but it might not. So to all those people who tuned in and to all the people that watch it in the rewatch, we God bless. And, yeah, we'll see you the next rally. Take care.
Pennsylvania, just right outside of Pittsburgh. The crowd is